the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants. Right from the opening line, the text identifies its own purpose. It is an unveiling, a message intended to be shown and understood rather than hidden. Verse 3 offers a specific promise. It describes a blessing for those who read the words of this prophecy and for those who hear them. There is a clear urgency attached to the text. John is instructed to keep these things because, as he writes, the time is near. This introduction establishes the nature of the book. It is a revelation meant to prepare the church for what is to come. The setting for these visions is grounded in a physical location. John writes that he was on the island of Patmos for the Word of God and for the testimony of Jesus Christ. Early church writers like Tertullian record that followers of Jesus faced a Roman legal system that punished them for their faith. Banishment was a common tool used against Christian leaders. The historian Irenaeus, a student of those who knew John, dates this period to the end of the reign of Emperor Domitian. This specific type of exile was a calculated administrative act. It removed influential figures from their communities, effectively isolating them on rugged islands like Patmos to limit their impact. Rome's attempt to silence John through physical isolation placed him in the exact solitude required to receive the visions that conclude the New Testament. From this isolation, John addresses the 7 churches in Asia. He opens with a greeting of grace and peace from him who is and who was and who is to come. He assigns 3 specific titles to Jesus: the faithful witness, the firstborn from the dead, and the ruler over the kings of the earth. Verse 7 describes an event of global scale, stating, "Behold, he is coming with clouds, and every eye will see him." This illustrates Alpha and Omega, mirroring the Hebrew declaration in Isaiah, where God is the first and the last. The timeline continues back to Exodus. Moses asked for God's name, and the response was, "I am who I am." By claiming these titles, Jesus asserts his eternal authority over human history, from beginning to end. John writes that he was in the Spirit on the Lord's day when he heard a loud voice sounding like a trumpet directly behind him. When he turns to identify the voice, he sees 7 golden lampstands. In the midst of the lampstands stands one like the Son of Man. This split screen shows how John's description matches the prophecy in Daniel chapter 7, where the Son of Man is granted a kingdom that will not be destroyed. The visual details are specific. His head and hair are white like snow, and his eyes are like a flame of fire. He has feet like refined brass, and a voice like the sound of many waters. In his right hand he holds 7 stars, and a sharp, 2-edged sword leaves his mouth. This vision presents Jesus in an exalted state, a cosmic judge standing among his people. John reacts by falling at the feet of the figure as though he were dead. The response is immediate. The figure lays his right hand on John and says, "Do not be afraid." Jesus identifies himself as the one who was dead and is now alive forevermore, holding the keys of Hades and of death. Following this reassurance, John is given a direct commission to write the things he has seen, the things which are, and the things which will take place after this. The encounter shifts from a moment of awe to an assignment. John is tasked with documenting these revelations to be sent to the churches. Verse 20 provides the meaning of the vision's primary symbols. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 lampstands are the 7 churches themselves. This identification places Christ physically in the middle of his congregations, showing that he is present with them in their current circumstances. History records that John's isolation was temporary. Eusebius writes that following the death of Domitian, John was released from Patmos. He returned to Ephesus to continue his leadership of the churches in the region, bringing the record of his visions with him. The empire that exiled John eventually collapsed, but the account written on that island survived to reach the 7 churches, exactly as recorded.